from here. What are those? Enterprise data warehouse, single department data, and multi-data warehouse. So what is enterprise data warehouse? Centralized, it is nothing but a centralized data warehouse. Everything will be storing in the form of data warehouse. Meaning, like as we discussed, right, yesterday, like whatever it is there in the health and annuities and all that stuff. So everything I will not segregate into different ones. Where exactly we have seen yesterday, something like, health and all. Yeah, consumer business banking, and all this and all. So everything I'm going to create under one layer, which is nothing but data warehouse layer. And I'll be storing all the database or creating the tables into the same layer. Okay. That is enterprise data warehouse or centralized data warehouse. So this is actually the pictorial represent. So it will have metadata. All the tables will be created over here. There will not be any logical separation. It will be created on the same instance only, right? In the production also. The same instance, it's going to be created. And this after this data warehouse, the transformed data is there. It is going to be consumed by the end users through their middle layer or whatever it is. This is all through. Maybe like, you can say that if you are using like APIs or REST APIs, or if you are using something like ETL tool and all, it will be consumed by that. Okay, this is all of data or transactional data sources from different sources. This is centralized or enterprise-wide data warehouse. Now, what is single department data mart? Single department data mart in the sense, we are not storing it in the centralized data warehouse. However, we are storing it in the data marts. Marts wise we are storing. Okay. We will be storing it into one particular department. Like, if it is annuities I'm storing in under here, under insurance only. If it is like, life will be storing. If the relation, in case of insurance application, if you consider insurance as entire data warehouse, I will be storing all the tables over here without any logical segregation. Okay. Meaning all the tables will be created under one environment only. Okay, there will not be any different naming conventions or logical tables and all, or server cluster partitions and all that stuff. Okay, and if this kind of data mart, it is going to store only all the related information into data mart. Okay, this is single department one. Okay, and it is but what is the other one? Multi-tied, meaning it is a combination of both. It is a combination of both, meaning there will be a centralized repository, enterprise level, where exactly your operational or transactional database, transactional tables from this, sources will be pulled. All that sources will be pulled into centralized one, but it will be divided or segregated into data marts later. Okay, through some jobs, all this like, and when end user is consuming, end user is actually consuming from the data mart whatever is needed. Meaning that if the end user is only the healthcare plans, then he will consume from the data mart one. Okay, healthcare data mart one. Got it, Andy? This one. Here we are not storing any centralized repository. We will have to, here only the jobs will be written to the right and all into different layers, the data. This will be little complex. Okay, here it will be problem for the end user, not for the developer. Okay, the building of the applications would be easy. Everything you are maintaining under one data warehouse. But when all the users, like, annuity users wants to retrieve the plan, he has to retrieve from this data warehouse. Sorry. And if, what is this?
Zoom in and
if at all,
double click.
they will just
కంట్రోల్ పట్టుకొని రావు
చేస్తున్నాను బట్ అదేనా ఇంకేమైనా అంత నేను కంట్రోల్ పెట్టుకొని చేయలేదు వై ఇట్ హ్యాస్ బికమ్ అని ఇప్పుడు నేను ఓపెన్ చేసేస్తాను that would be better. So you got the differences, right? What is single department wise and multi-layered and all. The reason for this is it will be easy for the end user to store if you are maintaining everything into the enterprise level data warehouse. But it will be difficult for the developer to maintain everything under one data warehouse. but it is difficult for the end user to consume because for annuities, say there are 2 lakhs users. For, health, there are 2 lakhs users. All the 6 lakhs users, something like, annuities, health, and auto, there are 2 more lakhs users. All the 6 lakhs users are hitting on the same data warehouse or same layer, right?
Okay.
So if I'm going to, for the benefit of user and performance wise, if I'm segregating, then it is going to be like, 2 lakhs users only hitting those annuities, right? If he has to hit this healthcare, then he has to healthcare users only, these 2 lakhs users only hitting this, database. Okay. That is how the clusters and all will be maintained. That is the architecture. Now let's move on to what is next. The important point. What is a dimension and what is a fact? Okay. I think we are on record, right? Yeah. These are the new ones. Clear on that part, only. So any doubts on this in this course? If you are clear, then let's move on to what is a fact, what is a dimension, all this stuff. This is actually a theory part, but it is important. Please, I mean, these might not be asked as part of your interview questions. This is only for knowledge purpose. It is only data staging and data mart will be asked as the interview question if required. But whatever I'm just highlighting, these dimensions, fact is fact, what is fact, factlets fact, all this stuff will be your interview questions. It's without it. Okay. All right. Now, what do we mean by dimension? As you know, ETL data or ETL or I mean, it's not ETL tool. So it's a data warehouse is divided into, I mean, we already discussed the way we store the data in data warehouse systems are in terms of dimensions and fact tables, right? Dimension is also a table, but we are maintaining the way we are storing it against, ODS or operational data system or transactional data system is, we are storing it as per what actually this dimension table pertaining to the subject area, right? Customer is one dimension. You remember we discussed product is one dimension. Instead of storing everything under invoice, which we discussed yesterday, we will be storing it in the subject area wise. Okay. So customer is we discussed, I mean, I compared against with the invoice grocery application against, Walmart or whatever it is. Or if you take an example of insurance, then policy, auto policy, life policy, health coverage, plans, customer. So customer is one database, product is one database, something like that. So all the product related information I'll be storing under saying that, dim underscore product table. So dim underscore, the naming convention will be more or less similar to this. Okay. All the dimension tables, they'll be giving it as a dim underscore. Okay. And fact underscore will be given. So what is a dimension table? A table that can store the relevant information of any subject, which could in turn refer to a measurable event. All these dimensions, basically, suppose if it is a product. So I'll be mentioning, with the product ID, brand, what is the product unit price? Okay, unit price I will not maintain here saying that. Okay, it's a product name, item code, and product name, category, and brand. Okay, if you remember. What are these things? Product ID. Okay, if it's a product class. Something like I'll be maintaining here, product class. And what is the other one? Product name. Product category or class, anything. Brand. Brand name. All right. Product category, I'll just say. So if you are maintaining dim underscore product will contain these type of tables, meaning pertaining to the subject area of product. It contains the product information. It could be further normalized also or simplified in terms of this also. So what do we mean by product? There is a product key also that contains like, in term, why do we need all this information? Because this will be in turn linked to the fact table, which in turn which will be turned out to a measurable event. So what is that? It will maintain only the detailed information of the product, right? Meaning this product category, there is a product ID. Say I'm just mentioning 1, 2, 3, 4. What is the product category? TVs are one of the product. Sorry, TV category is electronics. Product name is TV. What is the brand name? Samsung. Okay. Similarly, that's a product key. And here it is electronics or electrical product category. Somewhere I'm telling you. The AC, geysers, anything, okay. Something like this, all this textual information related to the product we are maintaining, right? We are not maintaining any
Okay.
who bought this particular product here. Remember, okay? We will maintain similarly dim_customer. Customer ID for all the repeated customers and all will be, even if they purchased at least once. If not, then all the registered customers, they will ask you to do the registration first, right? Customer ID, customer name, mobile number, address, address to city, state, okay, pin code or zip code, mobile number. These are the details that will be mentioned. Suppose, okay, here I will just mention the customer ID is 891. Customer name is something like, Suresh. Blah, blah, blah. Address is something like that. Some details, Hyderabad. Okay, mobile number is XXX something. Now, say that Suresh has bought, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4 electronics TV product. If it is invoice application, it is going to generate the invoice, the transactional system also. But in data warehouse, we will not maintain any what Suresh was bought or whatever it is. We have a customer and we have a product sold. How much of revenue we are just obtained. We are least bothered whether Suresh has bought TVs or Suresh has bought someone else. But at the end, we will be doing some analysis. How many TVs were being sold? Something like if results comes like, how many these have been sold and all this stuff. Okay. So this is but a dimension that maintains everything. I mean, all the product related information. But in the fact table, which in turn, this will be measured into a fact table. How many units of TVs have been sold? So I will say that, it's a product key. This dimension, dim_product and dim_customer are connected to a fact table using the keys. Meaning this customer ID is nothing but your customer key. Product ID is nothing but product key in this fact table. Okay. And then here we will be mentioning only all the units sold, number of units sold. How many units have been sold for this particular product? I'm only interested in product wise. I'm not interested, even if it tells in your transactional system, it would be coming as, XYZ customer has bought this, blah, blah, blah. Like, in the front end application, they will, when they are generating the slip, they will be going to give that. But that is transactional. But you will have to maintain this data for your future reports and all. Somewhere you need to store the data. Transactional data can be wiped out, but this data warehouse will be there, right? So product key is here, and customer key is something like 891. How many units sold? Say that, what is it? Unit price, meaning price per each TV. Say 70,000. Okay. Revenue. How much revenue it is there, meaning revenue generated means your unit price into unit sold, right? Number of units sold.
Yeah.
So how much revenue you one has got by selling this many number of products. I mean, this particular 1, 2, 3, 4 product. Okay. Number of units.
Okay.
How much it is? Could be 1,40,000. Similarly, if there is any other product that they sell, you are going to maintain like this. Okay. So there is a product AC also. Okay. AC was being even sold to a customer only. Okay. 891. So
Okay. Okay.
you will be maintaining here only. Okay. That 345. Customer key is 891. 1 unit price. AC unit price is 60,000 INR.
Mhm.
That's it. Revenue is 60,000. Something like this. It need not be sold to the same customer. It can be by another customer also. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
New customer. Okay. That also you can just mention. This is how the data will be linked. Clear on this one, Andy? So a dimension table is nothing but that can store the relative information of any subject. Be it could be product, be it could be customer, be it could be interest rates, like, deposits, withdrawals. All these are all one kind of sections, right? And the savings account, that's a deposit, deposits, amount of deposits that you can store it in deposits in one table, withdrawals in another table. Okay. Daily withdrawals you can just store, and then that will come as a transactional system. But your customer database, who are all the new customers that got registered and what is their bank balance. Okay. So
Okay.
end of the month, you will be generating the monthly statements also. So it contains return to your measure. But why do we maintain this dimensional information? Because we wanted to understand how many units have been sold. So that we are storing under where? The fact table. Okay. This is known as
Okay.
dimension and fact table. Okay. 16.5 and 17.5. Okay. So what is a dimension table? Dimension is also a table that can store relative information of any subject, all the textual information of the subject, meaning like, what is the product name, brand name, product code, all this stuff will be attributes, represents the attributes of the business. Okay. Contain textual information that represents the attributes of the business. It contains relatively static data. So many of the times it will not change because the number of units sold, how much of revenue incurred and all, which will change it rapidly, that will be maintained in the fact table, right? That will be maintained in the fact table. So once it is you have, brands of like Samsung, LG, or Avosmith, something like for gazers.
Yeah.
You will maintain these brands and this stock like almost for 6 months, right? I mean, stock I'm not mentioning, but at least you will maintain these brands for 6 months, right? So it will not change it. Okay, it contains relatively static data, and they're joined back to a fact table through foreign key, natural key or surrogate key for reference. That is the one. Okay, we are joining this fact table with these two dimension table. One is the product and another is the customer, to the natural keys. Natural keys are the one, meaning here also in the fact table, they have created the product ID and the same product ID is representing. Then you can call it as a natural key. What is an artificial key? We will discuss basically. You do not have these kind of IDs over here. Then you will have to generate artificial key. But when you are generating artificial keys, those would be kind of what we call system generated keys, and those would be auto um, uh, what do you call auto incremental numbers. Okay, Informatica will generate those synthetic keys also. That synthetic key, I mean, if you do not find any common key between this dimension and this fact, where you wanted to join this dimension with the fact, because part of the information is there. Here, I'm not saying that I'm not maintaining the customer ID information. How can I join this to this if I do not maintain customer ID information? If I have the customer ID
Um,
information, that is the natural
yeah,
that I do call,
that.
I'll be referring it. But if I do not have, then we will have to generate some keys on this dim underscore customer, which is nothing but a synthetic key. We'll see how to generate a synthetic key at the end. But I'm telling you what is a synthetic key or artificial, this is also called as an artificial key. Okay. Synthetic key, artificial key, and what is the other thing that it is? I think, yeah, these two are the main things. Sequence operators. Okay. Those would be generated and the same will be maintained in the fact table. In that way, like, these two tables can be connected. Okay. They are hierarchical in nature and provide the ability to view data varying levels of details. Meaning, like, we can just further normalize this product into product name and then brand, product classification, product class and brand. Two tables. Okay. But hierarchy wise, product is the highest one. Okay. Okay. They are hierarchical in nature and provide the ability to view data at varying levels of details. Okay. That is the product dimension. Time dimension, product dimension, and where it is not fixed. Okay. I wanted to show you this particular table schema and all. Where exactly the apps are there. Sorry, Chappani. Any doubts over here?
నథింగ్ అండి. అదే మీ మీ ఇంటర్నెట్ సరిగ్గా లేదు మరి అర్థం కావట్లేదు.
అవునా? నాకు ఇక్కడ
ఊరికే ఫ్రీజ్ అయిపోతుంది
బాగానే
స్క్రీన్
ఉందండి.
నాకు.
మీకు ఫ్రీజ్ అయిందా? ఒకసారి రీషేర్ చేయనా? బికాస్ నాకు స్ట్రెంగ్త్ బాగానే ఉంది ఇక్కడ మరి. నిన్నైతే నాకు స్ట్రెంగ్త్ సరిగ్గా లేదు.
మరి మేబీ జూమ్ ప్రాబ్లమా? ఎందుకో మధ్యలో ఫ్రీజ్ అవుతుంది. మళ్ళీ ఒకటేసారి మొత్తం వచ్చేస్తుంది. మళ్ళీ ఫ్రీజ్ అవుతుంది.
అవునా? ఇప్పుడు
మళ్ళీ ఫాస్ట్‌గా మీరు టైప్ చేసిందంతా ఒకటేసారి వచ్చేస్తుంది. అట్లా అవుతుంది.
ఓకే. నాకు ఇక్కడ స్ట్రెంగ్త్ బాగానే కనిపిస్తుందండి మరి. లెట్ మీ జస్ట్ స్టాప్ అండ్ రీషేర్.
నాది కూడా వైఫై బానే ఉంది.
నాకు స్ట్రెంగ్త్ బాగానే చూపిస్తుంది ఇది. అంటే నిన్నైతే నాకు స్ట్రెంగ్త్ చూపించలేదు అనుకోండి.
ఇప్పుడైతే బానే నడుస్తుంది. ఇప్పుడైతే ఓకే ఉంది.
ఓకే ఉందా?
అసలు ఇష్యూ వస్తుందండి.
Okay. Clear on that product, right? Let me just go to what is a fact table. We'll just go to the objects. So what is a surrogate or synthetic key? What did we discuss right now? We will be checking that out. So data extraction loading. ఇప్పుడు కనిపిస్తుందండి, or is it fine now?
Yeah, as of now it is good.
Okay, now let's move on to what is a fact table. Schemas లో కూడా ఉన్నారు కదా stars. this basically, this to be explained. Okay, here it is there, right? Okay, now if I'm moving on to the one, yeah, here we go. The fact table. What is a fact table? Obviously, what all we are calling it as a fact table, basically, where exactly it contains. Okay. When you are clear on this dimension, Andy, let me move on to the types of dimensions, which is also important. There are 3 types of dimensions, Andy, basically. We know dimension is going to store the textual information or in of the subject. What could be the subject? Subject could be product, customer, anything. Time is also one of the dimensions, right? Anything. Okay. So that is known as a dimension. A dimension that stores any relevant or textual information. We do call it as a dimension. Here is the given was, here is the one that can store the relative information of any subject, which could in turn refer to a measurable event. Okay. They are joined to a fact table through foreign keys, natural keys, or surrogate keys. They are hierarchical in nature and provide the ability to view data, varying levels of details. Now, what are all the different types of dimensions? There are 3 different types of dimensions. And one is a conformed dimension. This is also interview question. Another is degenerate dimension and another is Jenk dimension. What do we mean by conformed dimension? A dimension which is shared across more than one fact table. Okay. A dimension, suppose this customer dimension, here only we have seen the customer dimension is shared across this dim underscore customer or dim underscore product. This is shared across more than one fact table. We do call it as a conformed dimension. Okay. So what are all those examples? Basically, what do you think that it is under which circumstances they will be shared across multiple things? Customer dimension, right? So when you are taking an example of customer dimension, customer could be for unit sales. You are maintaining for the products unit sales also, and a product dimension also. So take an example of this customer dimension, dim underscore customer. It could be shared across multiple fact tables, meaning we know that dim underscore cust is actually getting mapped to fact underscore table, fact underscore sales, because the customer ID is there. Assume that few of the customers are the employees of the organization itself. Right? You're a Reliance employee. Okay. But you yourself is a customer. You bought some 2 TVs. Okay.
Yeah.
You bought 2 TVs with your money. Right? There is something like fact underscore, what we call payslip. Say that, employee payslip is getting generated. So this customer is there. So you have ordered 2 or 1 TV from your stores only. Say ABC customer or 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 customer. Employee customer. He ordered a TV, a location of Hyderabad. This is possible, right? In this real-time scenario. So he ordered a TV basically. But for the employees, what is the benefit? They're going to deduct that amount, something like, in installments from their salaries. Say an example. So your sales would be there actually. You are getting the revenue. Okay. Among us, whoever it is, 6, 7, 8. This 6, 7, 8. The customer ID, product ID is something like, customer ID. What is the product ID? STV, right? Product ID 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. He just sold one thing in your price is kind of 40,000. So this 40,000 is the revenue that is generated indirectly for the organization, indirectly or directly. How? But they immediately did not get it as did not get it in terms of what we call immediately in the cash transaction or whatever it is. But this employee, when it is generating the pay slip, right, during the installments, equal installments, it would have got
Hmm.
deducted that amount, right?
Yeah.
Employee ID, e-name, salary, particulars, okay, and deductions. Under salary, definitely you will be having earnings and deductions, right? Okay,
Yeah.
this is your earnings and this is your deduction. Suppose every month I'm going to deduct 15, 6, 7, 8 only. Who in turn is a customer, MP customer. Okay. His earnings are say 1 lakh per month. His salary is okay. And in that, like what is the total cost of this one? It is kind of 40,000. Then monthly, like 13,000 dot how much ever it is, like 3 months, like 13,500 they are getting deducted, or 13,000 they are getting deducted. So 13,000. Okay. So this table, customer table, is shared across fact table and fact pay slips. Okay. Net salary would be
Okay.
your earnings minus deductions, obviously. Then it could be like, what do you call it? 87,000 or something, right?
Yeah.
So this type of
Okay.
dimension, customer dimension, we do call it as what? We do call it as what? Degenerative
Customer
dimension.
dimension.
Confirmed, sorry. Degenerative, I'll tell you. Confirmed dimension. This is known as
Confirmed
confirmed
dimension.
dimension.
Okay.
Okay, this type of dimension, meaning one dimension is shared across multiple fact tables. Okay, more than one fact table.
Okay.
This is known as a confirmed dimension. Now, what is a degenerative dimension? Clear on this, Sandy? Confirmed dimension, please. Okay, if you have any
Yeah,
doubt,
yeah.
I'll explain you. But I'm
అంటే
going to be thorough with this terminology. Okay. So, what is
confirmed
degenerative dimension? A degenerative dimension is the dimension which is derived from the fact table, but it doesn't have its own dimension table. Okay. What is a degenerative dimension? An
Okay.
example, your fact table is growing too much, like customer ID, unit sold, unit price, revenue. So, and on top of it, if there are multiple time, year also, you are considering demand underscore time, meaning like, which years the sales happened and all. Okay,
Hmm.
I have demand underscore time also as a table. So where it is mentioning, date of purchase. Okay, the product ID, date of purchase. Okay, year of purchase, day of
Okay.
purchase, something like this. Okay,
Okay.
a date. So if your fact table is growing too much, degenerative dimension meaning it is not a dimension that it is going to store the actual information of the product. But if the fact table has multiple columns, say here it is unit price and revenue is one thing. So unit price, we can maintain it in a separate unit sold, and unit price, we can maintain it in a separate table, right? Because if it is fact table is too much, it is growing, it has equipped with a lot of other dimensions, right? Then I'm just going to create one more dimension table, dim underscore unit sold and revenue, dim underscore unit sold comma revenue. Okay, here I'll be generating one more key saying that unit sold, it could be artificial key that I can generate, which is nothing but what do you call synthetic key. Okay, here units sold and revenue. What I will do over here, will perform one more join here. Here it is 12. So instead of unit price and a fact sales table, okay, updated version of fact sales table, what do I do? Updated version of fact sales table. This all we will see. After, what is the degenerative dimension? Fact sales table updated. I will remove this unit sold and unit price. Unit sold, unit price. Okay, unit sold and unit price revenue. Instead of it, okay, maybe revenue can maintain.